Доброго дня, українці.
Good afternoon, Ukrainians. Well, the world of Russian propaganda and fakes continues to be filled with messages designed to discredit Ukraine in the international arena. The same familiar chemical and biological weapons laboratory rumpus continues to play. Since the resources of Russian state officials have been exhausted, as everyone who could has already spoken out about it, including Putin, Lavrov and State Duma Speaker Volodin, as well as their propaganda resources, they are trying to involve their sympathizers or lobbyists abroad step by step, for example in the United States. I have already told you about these messages voiced by a former member of the US Congress, and now the current member of the lower house, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, is playing along with this narrative. Speaking in Congress, she repeated these fakes, but in a questioning manner, saying that the Pentagon and America were funding these biochemical labs as it was reported somewhere. And then she asked, what if it turns out to be true? We must answer these questions. This is, she does not accuse directly, but keeps this flame of lies going in the media space, which immediately finds its way onto the pages of Russian propaganda publications. But this American politician is known for her extreme right-wing views, and as a Russian sympathizer, she has even been accused of being very passive in her reaction to President Zelensky's speech in the US Congress, and also that she supported decisions against Ukraine or didn't vote to support Ukraine with American money and arms, arguing that they say Russia will definitely win the war on the territory of Ukraine. I shall repeat myself what has already been said throughout many of these briefings. Any statements and allegations that there are biochemical or biological laboratories in Ukraine for the production of weapons are lies. This was refuted by the Ministry of Health of Ukraine and by international partners, and most importantly, even by Russians. Russian biologists and chemists who having a specialized education completely proved that all this is a lie, and unfortunately we see how these tentacles of Russian propaganda are attacking more and more players so that this fake continues to play in the media space. Another fake that is now circulating from the side of Russian propagandists is that Ukraine has mined a hospital in the city of Dnipro in order to blow it up. This is a lie refuted by the security service of Ukraine, and the purpose of this fake is understandable. After the whole world witnessed the genocide when the maternity hospital in Mariupol was bombed, and after the primitive attempts of Russian propaganda to blame Ukraine for this. And now they are proactively trying to accuse Ukraine of such steps, but in other cities of Ukraine, such as, for example, Dnipro, Ukraine has nothing to do with these inhuman acts. This is the responsibility of Russia. The head of the Luhansk regional administration, Serhiy Haidai, also refutes the fake of Russian propaganda, which spreads in its media space the tale that the Russian army have completely occupied the territory of the region. It is a lie. Occupants are only partially in Rubizhne and Popasna. In general, maps are very popular in Russia. On them, along half of the territory of Ukraine is already occupied, painted over in crimson or red, and so on. Typical manipulation. If Russia controls some towns by occupying them, of course Russian Federation cannot control the boundless spaces between these towns. Therefore, do not believe this false information. Well, we found another interesting fake in Russian state media. The speaker of this fake was one of the Crimean political scientists who said that the most reliable guarantee of Ukraine's neutrality would be the presence of several Russian military bases on its territory. In itself, this statement is absurd, because if we talk about neutrality, then the guarantee of neutrality is the absence of military bases. And at one time, for example, Austria became a neutral country precisely because it wanted to get rid of the Soviet military bases that were on its territory after the Second World War. That is, this statement contradicts itself in its essence. But the Russian state propagandists don't care. The main thing for them is to sow lies in the brains of their audience. So I appeal to Ukrainians and our foreign partners: do not believe the Russian state propaganda. Trust the official Ukrainian media, official web pages and social networks of Ukrainian government. Trust Ukrainian army and Ukrainian political authorities, and everything will be fine.